Tamar Trayvon McIntyre, also known as Tay-k, was born on June 16, 2000. His mother suffered abuse at the hands of his father, and they were put in foster care because of it. Sadly, at the age of 10, after years and years of abusive foster homes, they were sent to live with their father after he was released from prison. After 5 years of abuse from the hands of his father, him and his sister fled to their mother, and that's when they realized they were on their own. Now Tay-k is 15, nowhere to go, only friends to rely on, music is his outlet, he starts to express himself. McIntyre's interest in music came from Chief Keef, Eazy-E, Young Pappy, and Soulja Boy. He was even in a rap group called Daytona Boys. And did you know his song The Race was released the day he got arrested for the July 2016 Ethan Walker murder case? Yeah, I didn't know that. These were the videos I found on the Ethan Walker case.
This video shows a 16-year-old Tamar McIntyre in a small room with police, uncomfortable, wiping his eyes at times, and finally admitting to investigators he played a role in a home invasion and murder in Mansfield. It was far removed from the images that have made Tay-k famous when he rapped about running from the charges in a song that climbed the charts. It was months after that interrogation scene on video that McIntyre cut off his GPS monitoring bracelet and went on the run.
19-year-old Tamar McIntyre goes by the name Tay-k-47. He was convicted for his role in the shooting death of 21-year-old Ethan Walker in 2016. Prosecutors argued that even though McIntyre did not pull the trigger, he recruited an accomplice who he knew was likely to commit murder. The defense downplayed that argument, saying McIntyre's role was limited to the robbery, not the murder. McIntyre was 16 at the time.
And McIntyre will be here at least until next month when there is a hearing to certify him as an adult. A survivor of the shooting, Zach Below, testified today he realized he'd been set up for the crime by a girl he thought he was dating. That's a point McIntyre's defense team has been keen on, that 5 other individuals, along with a juvenile, were actually responsible for planning the robbery and shooting the 2 victims.
The people charged in the Ethan Walker case was an unnamed minor who got 20 years for capital murder and aggravated robbery. Megan Holt testified against everyone else and got a 20-year sentence. Letharian Merritt got life in prison with no parole. Ariana Barrett got 25 years for aggravated robbery. Sean Robinson got 40 years. Jalen Bell got 30 years for aggravated robbery, and Tay-k got 55 years. Okay, so rewind. Before he was charged, they released him into the custody of his sister, and he was supposed to wear that ankle monitor and, be on house arrest, I guess, which was totally crazy because this was a serious case, and a minor will remain in custody until the age of 18, especially in the case of murder, it's quite serious. Now, bear with me, the details are all over the place. Now, Mark Anthony Saldivar was a 23-year-old photographer who found himself in the car with 4 other people who allegedly tried to rob him for his equipment. Joanna Reyes, who was 19 at the time, Tay-k's girlfriend at the time, allegedly, reached out to him for a photo shoot. I don't know where things went wrong, but allegedly, Mark was thrown out the car. He was demanding his things back. He ended up on the hood of the car, kicked in the windshield, and was left lying on the pavement with a gunshot wound. He was found in a Chick-fil-A parking lot.
The parking lot of a Chick-fil-A turned crime scene. The restaurant closed for business like it usually is on Sundays. But that didn't stop witnesses and spectators from gathering to figure out what happened at the lot just across from North Star Mall early this evening.
Well, this is a shopping center. There were quite a few people out here, and the car drove through like everybody else, and as soon as they heard the noise, they all started looking.
Police now trying to find out how this all happened. Their sights set on a black 4-door car. They say the victim was riding in the car along with several other people police are now looking for. They had pulled in here just before 5:30. As far as investigators know at this point, the man was shot outside the vehicle, but they don't know what made him want to get out. We're told the victim was in his early 20s. It's unclear what the relation was between him and the people he was riding with in that car.
Mark was allegedly with them to shoot an album cover and changed his mind before they got to the location, or wanted to ride somewhere else. I don't know, the story is weird and all over the place. Fast forward to 2025, the trial for Mark Anthony Saldivar is in full effect. This is an ongoing trial. Everybody involved is going to have their own trials. So the trial is over, and they sentenced him to 80 years for the murder of Mark Anthony Saldivar. So altogether, he was sentenced to 135 years and child molesters get no time. So of that 135 years, considering he doesn't get in trouble, considering he doesn't hang a damn blanket up and cover his damn blanket, considering he doesn't have extra sheets in his bed to keep warm at night and risk a write-up, he's going to do 67 years of the 135 years. He's 25 right now. That means he's getting out at the age of 92. And that's if he even lives that long. Don't get me wrong, especially if you're armed and you going up inside somebody's house to rob it, you're going to get time. It's just weird because even the other unnamed minor got 20 years. But why was he the only one with a 55-year sentence? Now that Tay-k's case is done, I honestly feel like it's no justice unless every single one person in that car is behind bars and facing a couple of years. I don't want to hear nothing about no plea deals because it's not fair. That's not justice. You know, I hope they rethink his sentence because I do feel like he can be rehabilitated. And I do feel like he can live a normal life because when you're young and you're seeing stuff and you think that that's your only way out, and it's not. And so I do feel like he can be rehabilitated. I really do. I want to know if you guys think this was a story of clownery coming back to bite, or if you guys think this was another unjust case, or maybe you think everything was done exactly the way it was supposed to be done. I would love to hear your comments, so please like, comment, and subscribe.